Ah, Long Island, where the waves crash against the shores of nostalgia and tradition. One might think that the biggest problem facing the world today would be, oh, I don't know, climate change, global pandemics, or perhaps the rapidly evolving geopolitical landscape. But no, dear viewers, the real travesty of our time is the potential rebranding of a high school mascot. Yes, you heard it right. The Massapequa Chiefs are under siege, and the cavalry has arrived in the form of none other than President Donald J. Trump. Because if there's one thing the 45th President of the United States is known for, it's his unwavering commitment to defending high school athletic branding. The saga unfolds in the picturesque hamlet of Massapequa, where the school district has found itself embroiled in a legal battle against the oppressive forces of New York state law. The state has dared to suggest that schools should perhaps refrain from using logos and names that might be considered disrespectful to indigenous people. Oh, the horror! In a display of what can only be described as heroic intervention, President Trump has taken to Truth Social to voice his support for the beleaguered Chiefs. Ridiculous, he proclaims, aligning himself with the masses, or at least those who are vocal on social media. According to Trump, changing the name is not just an affront to tradition, but also an insult to the great Indian population. Because naturally, there's no better way to honor a group than by using their cultural symbols as sports logos. The president went a step further, calling upon his Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, to take up the cause. One can only imagine the intense discussions happening behind closed doors at the Department of Education as they grapple with the existential crisis of high school mascot identity. Long live the Massapequa Chiefs, Trump declares, perhaps signaling the start of a new national movement, or at least a hashtag. Not to be outdone, Massapequa School Board President Kerry Wachter has also joined the fray, stating that changing the name would have no positive impact on the children. After all, what are a few decades of psychological impact and cultural sensitivity compared to the right to wear a headdress on the sidelines? The school's identity is at stake, folks, and if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that the essence of a school is intrinsically tied to its sports mascot. Meanwhile, Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman offers his sage wisdom, positing that Chiefs are, in fact, leaders and warriors. He assures us that there's no negative connotation here, just a celebration of Native American heritage, because nothing says respect like reducing an entire culture to a sideline chant. The district, in a show of steadfast commitment to preserving its identity, has reportedly issued an SOS to the Department of Education. Yes, you heard correctly, an SOS for a high school mascot. You can almost hear the violins playing as the Massapequa Chiefs fight valiantly against the forces of political correctness. In a plot twist that could rival any soap opera, the district is also suing the state. Their argument? The Board of Regents violated their First Amendment rights by prohibiting officials from wearing Chiefs merchandise. You know, because nothing says freedom of speech like a polyester jacket with a controversial logo. Of course, the financial burden of rebranding looms large, with estimates suggesting it could cost the district a whopping $1 million. One can only hope that the taxpayers of Massapequa are ready to foot the bill for this critical investment in cultural insensitivity. In the grand tradition of American sports teams, the Massapequa Chiefs find themselves in esteemed company. The Washington Commanders and Cleveland Guardians have already succumbed to public pressure and changed their names. Yet the Chicago Blackhawks, Atlanta Braves, Kansas City Chiefs, and Florida State Seminoles remain steadfast, proving that when it comes to sports, tradition trumps sensitivity every time. As we ponder the deep philosophical implications of mascot rebranding, I invite you, dear viewers, to share your thoughts. Is the cost of cultural sensitivity too high, or is this a necessary step towards progress? Leave your comments below and let the debate begin. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After all, the world needs more incisive commentary on the pressing issues of our time, like high school mascots and their undeniable impact on society. So join our growing community and stay informed, entertained, and maybe just a little bit outraged. So what do you think? Should the Massapequa Chiefs stand their ground, or is it time for a change? Let us know in the comments, and who knows, maybe your opinion will be the one that finally settles this epic saga.